and g'day once again to ye mateys. I be your mature and competent DM, Josh the Pirate, and it brings me a sensible and well thought out amount of joy to welcome ye back to Corsair's Cove and me Humblewood world for a Table Talks. Whee! With me I have me hearty crew, the dynamic Dan Swelto, the delightful Daria Surname Redacted, the kinesthetic Karen Schlink, and the brilliant Brendan Ellis. So let's talk about these experienced and charming individuals, shall we? Dan, who the absolute heck are you meat space boy?
Hello, I am Dan in the meat space, Dira in the cyberspace. I'm gonna try and break my camera's focus because I'm that dynamic. You find me here, basically Mondays in Traumaland, Barovia, or right now in doing table talks. Yeah.
Exactly.
Kill the negative vibes.
Yes, Azura's Fire. So I should mention, because I see Azura's Fire in chat, and lovely to see you. Thank you very much for joining us. So what has happened is, we will give you a recap, but this season has actually ended, and we are just having a sort of Q&A about the season, and we will have a new, this same crew will continue their story along in a little while. They get a little breaklet, and we switch over to the other crew in the same timeline world, doing Barovia, which Dan is also in. So Dan doesn't get a break, and neither do I. But the rest of them do. So yeah, we'll catch you up on what you missed out, though. So, Daria, who the absolute heck are you?
What was my adjective, by the way?
It was nice. It was nice. Delightful. Delightful.
Okay. I am delightful, Daria.
Yeah,
I am an artist. You can see my art scrolling through on the overlay there, and you can also see it sometimes on Twitter. You can find me when we're running the Humblewood on Thursdays around here, or on Mondays on the Eldritch Scribe Twitch channel, where I also play D&D.
Lovely. Karen, who the absolute heck are you?
Hello, I am Karen, sometimes known as the Mother of Bunnies. You can follow me on Twitter, where I kind of vacillate between bunny pictures and getting angry about stuff. Or you can come and find me here, where I pop up semi-regularly, because technically I'm half of this channel. And Josh needs to remember that. But you can also follow my burlesque alter ego, Miss Lola Moore, doing some stuff for Fringe very soon. And also Paparotica, also on Instagram, also doing stuff at Fringe very soon. Or you can, if you need something right now, you have no time to waste in terms of content, you can head over and listen to There Be Dragons, the podcast, where I play a silver dragonborn badass called Ryland Westfall.
Also Slay. Yep. Just follow the the Eldritch Scribe Azura's Fire. You will do well to check them out. The only problem is they only stream at the same time we do. Curse them. But no, go and check them out. They are excellent. Des is a splendid DM, and the players there are lovely folks. Many, almost all of whom, in fact, have come and played here as well, because there's silly rabbits.
I thought you were going to say almost all of the players are lovely.
Oh, nice. Yeah, a few of them suck.
And Daria.
No.
Hey.
Yeah. Just envy, I think. That art gives me gender envy,
That is
but
just
like
called
whatever
envy.
the equivalent is for artists.
Well, it's lovely
envy.
of you to say. Thank you.
They are very good, are they not? And Brendan, who the heck are you?
I'm brilliant, obviously.
True that.
Oh, you can tell just by looking at me. I'm an actor and director here in Perth. I, at the moment, am only on this stream on Thursdays, and not right now because break.
Oh, Brendan, speaking of brilliant, right now you have like these rays of light
rays.
coming down as if you're actually in the forest.
So,
What do you mean? I am.
Yeah.
It's not a green
live
screen, that is
from
an actual forest that Brendan's put in his
pine
house.
forest in WA. Brendan, we were thinking, and I think I put this to you. So we had a Christmas campaign just before Christmas, in which all of us except Dan played because he was busy, and that's fair. And
I never get a break. I'll take what I can
decided
get.
to take what you can get. So we thought, I don't know, around July, we'll do a Christmas in July version of said campaign and get Brendan to DM it. and have another Candlekeep mini micro thing in which Brendan is the DM, because he hasn't DM'd on this channel yet. And
Really?
practically, well, all of
right?
us.
Whoa.
Dan hasn't either, but he has DM'd on Roll for Damage, so that kind of counts. Yeah, Brendan is the nature god, confirmed. Exactly. Karen also plays in a podcast, Azura's Fire. The same one, what I play in. So here's the link. Woot! Because I be Josh the Pirate, and you can find me here on my channel, Corso's Cove, which is only half mine, and where I run D&D and other related things. And you can find me in the Perth Cultural Centre every morning next week, where I will be running a pirate-themed treasure hunt looking for those scurvy mermaids. If you want to come and see some fun, kid-friendly stuff. I promise it is, though a lot of my shtick is for grown-ups, but it is child-safe. It's like Shrek. They won't notice the dick jokes. I'll put them very subtly in there. And if you want to, if you like my majestic voice, but you think I could tone the face down a bit, then you can check me out in the podcast There Be Dragons, where Karen and I are both players, and I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Felspar and his little dragon, Rosh. So there you are, Azura's Fire. That link there. Karen, tell me about Ukraine. Oh, no. Go on, Brendan.
Sorry.
Tell me. What?
No, I was just gonna ask, is that pirate thing you're doing run by our mutual friend?
Jesse Williams. Yes.
Yeah.
Melody the Mermaid, I think.
Melody the Mermaid. Yes. It's a little weird because I met Jessie when I was teaching her at the age of 13. She is now employing me. Things have come full circle. I'm okay with it, ish.
Hey, she's a boss
hourly
bitch.
rate. She's a boss bitch. She is a boss,
Yeah.
22-year-old.
She only 22.
Yeah. She has a party company where it was a mermaid professionally with like 6 other mermaids on her
Damn
payroll.
youngsters.
And now she's getting
What is
some
it with
pirates.
these young people that we mentor becoming more successful
And
than
Brendan,
I was
you
at
know
the
who
same
I'm,
age?
who's I'm pirating with? Zane. Because of
Yeah.
course I am.
Yeah.
Who is
Classic.
Brendan's co-artistic director of Perth Playback Theatre. Yeah, because Perth is tiny. So, Karen, can you tell me about the Ukraine, please?
I can. It is a country in Eastern Europe that is currently infested with Russians. You've probably heard about it over the past. Yeah, it's been something of a talking point. Unfortunately, yes, it is still happening. So we have 2 donation links in chat. The first is for the Emergency Action Appeal, which is basically Australian charities and not-for-profits that have banded together to help Ukrainian refugees. So you can donate to them. Or if you like a little more bang for your donation buck, the second link is for the Curious Compendium of Slavic Myth, which is a 38-page D&D booklet that you can purchase via donation. Minimum donation is £1, which is very reasonable, but there's no reason why you can't donate more pounds than 1. So you could really, up your game and say, I own £1,000 D&D booklet.
Good.
And
worth every penny.
it doesn't have to be a lie.
It's a really good little booklet as well.
It is a good little
We
booklet.
have played it, so if you want to see the one shot in it and you want to spoil it for yourself, you can check out our YouTube, sneaky YouTube plug.
And I'm sorry about the banging. The rabbits are trying to escape their pen again.
We also have all the exclamation mark socials. It's the only way I can spell it correctly. And we have a Discord if you want to come and hang out with us there.
I thought you were just saying it funny.
No. I've tried saying it normally and then typing it doesn't work. So I have to type exclamation mark socials. Because I'm dyslexic and that's how things work for me. Now, if any of you are curious and were keen-eyed viewers of the stream, you will notice that Karen and I are drinking from some very fashionable glasses, because one of my Christmas presents was a couple of Meeples and Dragons glasses. The Sorcerer and the Artificer glasses. These are the stemless wine glasses, but they don't have wine in them, because a while ago, those keen-eyed viewers who watch our Mano a Mano games, where Karen and I play D&D against each other, well, with each other, there was mention of a salted licorice liqueur, which Karen went online, bought, and because it was cheaper to buy 3 bottles than just 1, we got 3 bottles, but not all of the salted licorice liqueur, because that would be horrible, because it wasn't particularly nice. So, Karen is trying the Lily Pilly gin, and I am trying, because I'm a pirate, the spiced rum. Karen is having it with tonic, and I am having it on ice, because that's the classy bitch I am. I haven't tried it yet, so here we go. Bottoms up.
Oh, I've been like sipping it for the last 10 minutes, but
Oh gosh, that's smooth as heck. That's lovely. Oh,
What is
dear.
Lily Pilly?
lily pilly is an Australian fruit.
Oh, there you go.
Really?
Yeah,
Is
so
that thing?
it's a native berry, lily pilly.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Lily pilly.
Yeah, it sounds cool. I've never even heard about it.
Yeah,
It
they
looks
grow
so
like
cute.
bunches. They're red berries. Yeah, they're very cute. Pretty trees.
Aw.
And quite delicious as well. Lily pilly jam is
Oh,
honestly
yeah.
one of the best things.
Lily Pilly Dab?
So I
Nice.
suppose the first thing we should do is
Face
sort of
boost.
recap the season that was. Like, just test all of our memories and see if we can remember
The
what the
season
absolute
that
heck
could, if you will.
It very much was the season that could. Cute in my Australia, yeah. The flowers
trap.
can be. The animals, drop bears are cute. Just don't go near
Well,
them.
they rip your heart out.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Droppers are cute.
And wombats are really cute until they try to
Oh.
bite your leg off.
And
Because everyone
koalas
thinks
are cute
wombats
until
are
they
sweet.
give you chlamydia.
They're freaking vicious. Do
Well,
not
don't fuck the,
mess with wombats.
the
No,
koalas.
no,
like,
you don't
oh.
have to fuck them. If they just pee on you.
Oh, and they just like have
And they live in
chlamydia to
trees,
give.
so if you just walk
Yeah,
yeah,
fun
they
fact,
have so
most
much
Koalas
chlamydia.
have chlamydia.
It's about
What?
80%.
I thought it's a human hobby.
No.
No, the koalas
like it was
are in
a
on.
thing because One Direction came out and we're all photographed holding koalas, and I think it was Harry Styles got pissed on
One
by
of
a
them got
koala.
peed on.
And he was
And
like,
had to get a
"Wait,"
chlamydia
and they were
test.
like, you might want to get tested. And he's like, for what? And they're like, chlamydia? I'm sorry. And so he was, it made news. It was great.
And he was like, I really would have appreciated being told that before I was handed the koala.
I am mad that I've known you guys for like more than a year, and this is the first time I hear about pissing chlamydia koalas.
So,
What the
fun-
hell? Do you not know me?
Sort of
If you
fun
would like
thing
to
is-
commission Daria to draw pissing chlamydia koalas, you can find her
Listen,
Twitter.
I'm not afraid of drawing piss king, okay? I can render liquids very well.
Just Australia things. Did what?
Yeah, if it doesn't kill you, it gives you
Yeah.
an STD.
Unfortunately, all of us live in WA, and koalas are not native to Western Australia. You don't get them over here. All of ours died shortly after, and not
From
because
chlamydia?
of white people moved in.
Oh.
I mean,
I
you say
mean,
that
I
like
just-
there's no way to see koalas here. There's like
Oh,
There's
art.
koalas here.
You
They
can
just
go to
weren't
the
here
zoo.
originally.
But yeah, they're not. They don't live in the wild in WA.
To be fair, I just recently realized that you guys have two mammals that lay eggs, which was crazy to me. But then I thought, like, oh no, it's just Australia. I'm like, okay, then. Yeah, I guess.
Mammal is a broad term that doesn't really identify either of those creatures. If you've
Yeah,
seen
what
a
the fuck is a
platypus.
platypus?
Yeah, I love
what's
that
the
the
other one?
platypus
Isn't it
an
echidna?
animal so
Echidna,
baffling that
yeah.
everyone thought it must be fake.
Yeah. When they got them back, they were like, "Nah, someone's having a laugh with that one." It's like it's
Just
good
sewed a
stitching,
duck
but I
speak to a
can't.
beaver. What's this ridiculousness?
Monotremes, baby. Yeah, exactly. Monotremes slay. Yeah, it's the next thing I'm going to be homebrewing in Homebrew Hangs on Tuesdays after we do Julio's. Is I'm going to do a whole bunch of Humblewood Australia themed Humblewood creatures.
Oh,
so
nice.
The gerbine kangaroo type of gerbine. The koala would be a mapatch subspecies. Though the platypus obviously has to be its own thing. I've actually already done platypus, but I can't find it. I think it's on the original Roll for Damage Discord, and I've looked through and I can't find it anywhere. So guys,
Oh yeah,
what-
more fun
what-
facts. Male platypuses have poison barbs
Yeah.
on their back legs.
It's the only
Because
poisonous
why
mammal.
not?
I
So
love
pick
that
'em
for
up.
them.
Yeah,
I love the spirit of
Slay.
the animal.
yeah. The bilby. Oh, bilbies are adorable.
Oh, bilbies are so cute.
Yeah, bilbies will be a
Quackers.
kind
If
of
you don't know
gerbine.
what a quacker is,
Quackers.
Google it.
The happiest little guys.
Quokka? How
Yeah.
do you spell it?
Quacker. Quuokka. I'll
yeah.
type it in chat.
Venom me
That's
daddy.
that's
Oh,
how
yeah.
you spell it.
Check 'em
Look
out.
it up. It'll
They are
warm your
famous
heart.
for taking selfies with.
Yeah.
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 Is Rottnest the
Aw.
only place to
Yep.
find quokkas?
Yeah,
Kitty.
the native only to one small island off the coast of the city we live in. It's the reason. So Rottnest is there's a big island which is sort of a resort off the coast of WA, off the coast of Perth, and it's called Rottnest. But it was discovered by the Dutch, I believe, and Dutch Rottnest means rat nest. Because they thought the quokkas were rats. And they were just like, it's just covered in rats. They make
I love
excellent eating.
this.
They're extremely tame. Don't eat them. They are protected species. The Dutch thought they were delicious. That's, yeah.
I
Fortunately,
love
they
these
didn't
like
dodo them.
build an animal type like feels I'm getting from Australia. Just like take whatever and here it is, a new animal. I love that.
Australia's ecosystem is wild.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys live there, so that is like a good example.
Fair, yeah. Even the fish that we
Yeah.
have, and they can leave. They just like it here.
Welcome to our table talks, where we talk about.
We also
Australia.
have 9 out of 10 of the most poisonous snakes in the world.
And I think 8 out of 10
Nice.
of the poisonous spiders too.
Guys, thank you for holding on to those. I don't need them, so thank
Sure,
you.
they're great. Like one of them lives in most houses. Like just
I hate
most
that.
houses, Australian, the redback, you'll find one. You can probably find a redback in most houses. Ours, almost
they're-
fucking
they're-
certainly.
But the fun thing about redbacks is they're seasonally poisonous, so they get more poisonous at certain times of the year. So depending, I can't remember when the really poisonous season is, and like they don't kill adults. If a kid gets bit in the peak of the poisonous season, that's a bad time.
That's
But-
dangerous.
You know what? You guys, I loved hanging out with you because that's the only time I think, hey, maybe living in Russia is not that bad.
This is the thing. So I've lived in Australia. I'm not a native. I'm a Brit. I've lived in Australia more than half my life now. In fact, it's 20 years, I think, this year. And I have yet to be bitten by a spider or a snake. And I've only seen like 3 snakes.
Snakes hate people. They hide.
avoid people. They have tremor sense. They can feel you coming. They don't want to be near you. I had to go out into the bush to find snakes. And I didn't go actively looking, I was
Josh.
just hiking.
I'm fucking quitting D&D. I'm seshing out because when you said they have tremor set, I'm like, ooh, how many feet?
I know, right? I know. Probably about 50 feet. It's actually way better than the D&D version of them. I'm having the rest of this shit. This is gorgeous. All right. So,
Honestly,
guys.
the ocean creatures are way scarier than the snakes or spiders.
yeah. And even sharks aren't that dangerous. A
Yeah,
massive
don't
panic
kill
about
sharks.
nothing.
Leave the sharks alone.
Leave them alone.
No, forget about the sharks. It's the rockfish and the jellyfish that are the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
All right.
blue ring octopus. That'll
Yeah,
get you.
those are fucking
They'll
deadly.
kill you.
All right. And, like, with no warning, and you're done. All right. So, guys, what the
Come
absolute
to
heck
sunny
happened
Western
last...
Australia.
No, this is our secret plan to keep everyone the fuck away. Like, one of the animals we all talked about, all 4 Aussies on the channel talked about, isn't real. And I'm not telling you which. But none of us went, that's the joke one. Because it's just this unspoken agreement among all Australians.
It's the fucking drop bear.
No.
Y'all are not
necessarily.
slick. You think everyone is dumb, right?
No.
I see that and I disagree.
Yeah, but you
And
don't know
also-
about the hoop snake.
Yeah, sure. I also have another fucking Australian I know who mentions drops back and like he. I'm like, y'all think you're goofy, okay?
It's Alex, isn't it? It's Alex. It's AJ. Anyway, the firebombing eagles. Yeah. Hey, Laura. Good to see you, my dear. All right, guys.
They haven't based a Pokemon region on Australia yet because it would be too hard. Okay.
Yeah.
Unbeatable. Also, you still haven't thanked Lowrite for a subscription. How could you, bad streamer?
Valid. I'll take that.
All
I am a
right.
bad
Thank
streamer.
you for the subscription. May you never be bitten by an Australian spider.
Yeah. You're pretty safe where you are in Sweden right now, but we don't know. You could come here. We'd love it if you did. If you do, drop us a line. I'd love to see you. Guys, what happened in the last season?
Well,
What didn't
nothing
fucking
much.
happen?
Nothing much.
Kesh was overburdened with responsibility. I think it was very unfair. And she's entitled to have a little mental breakdown next season.
I think the season began. Let's go back to the season began. You were hanging out at the smoldering delve, the prison that you had just
Yes.
liberated.
Yeah.
That gives you a wow. That's where it started. Where you'd like, okay, we found a cult prison, full of wrongfully and non-convicted, just people who would be problematic for the cult if they were out wandering around, including General Benaceridon. And Benaceridon says, "Hey, Cash, you know that half an army I gave you? Would you mind going and grabbing it?"
Like a
Or words
lost
to that
soul.
effect. And so you guys traipse back to Alderheart and infiltrated, sneaky-like. And you did a few things while you were there, like throwing it over to you.
Making
We-
a
Prepared for the
goddamn
test.
temple. Making
Snuck
a
into
temple.
some houses.
There was a temple.
Com-
There was you
You-
broke Riffin out.
yeah,
Yeah.
hey, that's one of the first things we did. Well,
We're so
went back-
Yeah, we rescued
we went
Riffin.
into the big tree, the Older Heart, where we knew there was a burnt out, evil, shitty shrine there. And Julio and I hogged it up.
Fogged it up.
Yeah, you did.
Oh.
Majorly
Look.
fogged it up.
Pog.
And reclaimed the heart of the, well, not the heart, but the inside of the Older Heart as our super secret base. We made some more tunnels to help us get around into the Older Heart. And then we went and saved famous our boy Riffin.
Yep.
What
Yeah.
happened when we went to the gang's headquarters?
Oh, they totally summoned a freaking demonic version of one of the dudes who
Yeah, there
tried
was
to
a
kill
dude
us.
that was like, "Oh, sick! I'm gonna prank them
Menzel
really
is the
well.
way.
They're in there right now in prison chatting. I'm gonna wait here for this drink for this cinematic moment." Yeah, and then be like, "Oh shit, that's my cue," and then drank and was like, "Menzeloth is etc. Yada yada cult shit," and then drank.
Makes
he
you
was
more.
really
sitting
into
there-
Menzeloth and gives
Yeah,
you
yeah.
superhuman powers.
He was sitting there like, yeah, I'm just gonna stay alive for it to be dramatic. I'll drink this whenever they come back. If it's in 5 minutes or in an hour or in 8 hours, whatever it is, that's when I'll turn into this beast.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm feeling a small amount of narrative judgment here.
It's small.
You're wanting,
No,
like,
no.
you're wanting like
no.
impressive. You wanted to have a fight in a corridor.
No, that was actually me taking the piss out of Daria, who was like, yeah, let's have a short rest.
When fucking don't you take a piss out of me, you little bitch?
I
I'm
really
not a
want
little
Daria to
bitch, I'm
come to here
brilliant.
so you two
And
can
the
fucking
cauldron
get it
was-
out of your system.
The cauldron was good. The cauldron of salvaged food was good.
Yes,
Oh,
the
yeah,
cauldron
we
of
stole
salvaged
the
food.
Well,
You
Julio
also,
stole
Yeah,
it.
we
before,
joined-
before
Yeah,
you
you did
went to this, you went to the tenders and figured out whether or not Havel was sus as fuck.
Oh, no, we didn't go to the tenders. Havel was there
found
in
him.
the burnt
Oh,
out
that's right,
tree.
yes.
Yeah.
And then he went
That
and
was
got the
very
tenders to
sus.
come and help you with.
Yeah.
And,
it
Eric
was pretty
almost fucking
sus.
killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And that
Eric was
was-
like, we might have to kill him.
The line with Eric between love and murder is like this
Very,
thing.
very small.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see.
I mean,
What was
Bishop Blood,
next?
don't put ideas out there.
You
Then,
know what
Um,
else
and-
happened at that little gang headquarters was we found an NPC engineered to trigger Dan, and turned him into like an MVP. We took him out on like a bunch of missions. It was sick.
Oh yeah, what was his name again?
Welcome.
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 Thank you. I'll see
The
you in hell
paladin.
Yeah.
if you're here or see the VOD.
Who was also a little bit had maybe had a bit of a thing in the past, possibly with Beta, which I don't know if I didn't write it. I just sort of I played it and then you guys reacted to it, so I played it harder. That was fun.
Well, because
Uh,
we ship. We
yeah.
ship it.
We
Yeah,
ship,
'cause-
that's what we do.
Because this is how
Yeah.
D&D works. It's really just
That's how you sell merch.
it
Is
is.
you need this ship. Yeah.
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 Then put them on a shirt together.
Beatgrim,
Welcra.
Waiter.
Welcra. Wheater?
Wheater.
I think it's got to be.
Wheater.
Sounds
I
like
think it's got to be beet
a
crumb.
cereal.
Yeah.
It's like an off-brand
she
wheat
does to him.
mix.
Wait, what's her title? The first speaker?
Speaker, yeah.
Speaker.
She's council speaker, not the first speaker, just council speaker.
Okay.
So just speaker. I
Beat
think.
my
Beat my
wheater.
wheater.
Speaker beater.
No.
Speaker beater Wheater.
This is so Jar Jar Bishop. You gotta
Speakrum.
stop. Beta my Weta.
Beater my Wheater, Annie.
What happened next?
I hate that. All right. Yeah. After that, what happened? You guys, Cash.
We snuck into the Wildwood Brigade headquarters so I could talk to my generals
Yeah.
or my captains. Sorry, I'm the general.
Yeah.
They're the captain.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm the major. They're the generals. Captains. Ah, God, my brain.
You're
Military is
head
hard.
honcho. Yeah.
Can I just point out just quickly, when we did that, we split the party.
You
So
did.
that was Karen and Dan.
That was
Yeah,
very
yeah.
cool. I really
I was
enjoyed
standing there, out of my depth because it was military shit, and I was like, "Hi, here I am."
Hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah, hanging out, and then
that. Hi,
like,
it's me. I'm the
Oh.
problem. It's me.
don't worry, but all your NPCs were like, "Cash is the best," and Silky is like, "I carry this whole team on my back, so help me, Amaranthize."
Dan, you can have inspiration.
And we totally broke into Niels' office to
Nils
suss
Wintermail's
it out.
office. Yeah.
Yeah.
I discovered
we
a
totally
secret
read his
passage,
paperwork and found a secret passage.
which only went to
And
the
then we went
roof.
back in the morning and like told him what was what, and he didn't take it very well. But he did
No.
cooperate, so we didn't have to kill him, which, whatever.
And then we had the second part of the Split the Party episode where Julio and Eric broke and entered, and it went super good with no problems. or
Then nothing.
Nothing, didn't get caught or seen. Just lies. They did a lot. They
You know
got
what?
witnessed-
All right. This
I'm
is
very
the...
proud of how far we got up until the scripted battle.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. Fair.
I'm
You know
always
what?
proud
You
of
set
the-
off
My-
a trap by going through a door. I'm sorry.
We should have barreled through the wall. Josh is right. We're stupid. Why would
Yeah,
we go through
idiots.
a fucking door? Doofuses.
Dan, can you get past wall?
Yeah.
Sure.
Thanks,
I'll,
that'd
I'll,
be
I'll do
sick.
that. Yeah. And
That
then
My
just
favorite
do a
bit-
trap on the wall now. Now that we're
In
talking
that
about
That
session-
amulet that you have, you can now go through the gaps in the floor.
If I remember correctly,
Gaseous form.
we found the door. We closed the mechanism. We figured out that we need the mechanism. We open it again, then we close it again.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that was
Yeah.
very smart.
You used some very cool druid craft that you got from communing with the older heart. Neither of you had druid craft.
Yes.
So you both picked it up from making the tree all pog and shit. And yeah, then you were like, that'll be really funny if we lock her desk drawers with a tree inside the desk. And then you realize after the fact that you find the door and go like, okay, how do we open it? The lock is in the desk that we just sealed. Damn it. So then you use the tree to click the lock. Went in and you're like, fuck, there's things, and then turn around and use the tree to click the lock again. It was quite funny to me. Yeah.
And
I
then we
really
went back
enjoyed that.
in.
Yes, and then you
Yeah,
went back
I
in
went back in. Thank you very much for drama.
for drama and out the window. Oh no, because you can like just disengage for free. Fucking rogues. Julio is sort of setting himself up to become bit of a tree pope.
Bit of a head of a cult. Bit of a
tree
sex
cult
symbol.
pope? Yeah.
Yeah.
All of those
Sex
things.
symbol.
Definitely. You're going to need a longer toupee if you're going to do that.
Ooh.
Oh, everything about me is
the
long
hair
already,
flick.
baby.
You need a longer
How long
dick
is your
to
tail?
have sex with the tree.
Oh, wouldn't you like to know? It's on my Only Joe
Fade to
Beans.
black.
Check it out.
Please
Okay,
let me
Joe
fade to black.
Oh, God.
Only beans.
Only Beans.
Only beans. Aw. And it's just their feet. It's just their little
Yeah,
toe
just little
beans.
squishy bits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, some sickos are getting off on
Oh,
that
that's
stuff.
all.
You
That
know
definitely
it.
already exists. That definitely already exists. I don't know if it's a sex thing, but it is now. All right.
Yeah, me frantically deleting my history. Yeah. Secrets.
Oh, I haven't heard of it. What?
What are you talking about, Billy Beans? So,
See,
yeah.
You say only beans, and I'm just like, is it just lots of pictures of different types of beans? Like you got your baked beans, you got your
Bless you.
cannoli
Bless ya.
beans.
No,
You
you're
got
thinking of legumely.
Bless you again.
Like- So anyway, I'm the most powerful druid in the world. Eric
Turns
is
out.
in shambles.
Yeah, because Eric's gonna be like God of Tar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a tar druid. You're,
Yeah.
I'm the
you're,
Tar Lord.
You're a
Yeah,
tree.
the Tar.
You're a tree bard.
Do you fly around in a TARDIS?
Hey,
Oh.
that was
Sorry,
good.
I just
It's
kind of
hotter on the
imagined like
inside.
Dark Souls slash
And
other
stickier
boss.
too.
You'd hope.
This got real weird real
Yeah.
fast.
That twisted. All right.
And then we
Then?
we went to
Oh, then you.
goddamn Sobel's house. No,
Yeah. You went to Sobel
No.
and you also
No,
you
no. It
approached
was-
No, no,
Peter
no.
and
the other rich man.
Visca.
Yeah.
Visca.
But you first talked to Peter.
Oh,
Yeah, we-
religious guy.
No, we
After-
talked to
yeah.
like
Yeah,
He was last.
we went to poor guy first.
Menta.
Yeah.
Menta.
Poor guy,
No,
religious
you,
guy,
you went to
bad
Peter.
guy.
You went to Peter first, and then she was like, "You've got to get
Ah.
at least
Yes.
Mentax and probably Visca."
Yeah.
And she, you organized to send your army
We
out.
went to the gym leaders to get
Yes.
our we are
Got
supported
3
badges.
badges, technically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. The other 2, you're gonna have to defeat them for the badges. Yeah.
What a
I'm so
shame.
sorry. I'm so sorry, Mark.
I'm not. Mark was the best part of the season.
Oh, Mark,
You
we
know,
haven't
like
gotten to
final
Mark yet.
episode. Final episode, Mark comes back like the strongest cameo in the world. Like missed me. The audience is cheering for like 10 minutes. People
Yeah.
are standing up in the cinemas. Like some person is coming in the corner. Everyone is happy, and yeah, that's gonna be the highlight.
Yeah, Chekhov's Mark. You know.
Yeah, Chekhov's
Yeah.
Mark. Once a mark exists in a story, it has to be exploded.
Yeah.
I think very much that is that book that I gave you. But none of that happened before you talked to Peter. You talked to Peter, then you talked to Mentax, then you talked to Viscar, then you fucked off and you jumped out of the tree. Caught up. Azura's Fire, that's where we got to. Then the following evening, you were walking, you were like, we're leaving, we're going to the crash, we're not coming back, ever. No. And you got there, and Bannock's like, I've got this book full of magic stuff, I'm going to try it out in this safe forest where nothing can hurt me. You summoned a skeleton of some dead servant guy and felt a bit bad about it.
Like
and buried it
literally
again.
just apparated, conjured a skeleton. Not like not the spooky animated kind, but just the spooky mundane kind that's
Yeah.
like gonna question your morality for probably digging something up, or maybe absolutely just ripped a skeleton from a servant who's probably now dead.
Hopefully
Anyway.
not that. It's just a bag of
You can
skeleton.
survive with a
Hopefully it
skeleton.
is. That's just the one-hit KO cantrip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can
Rip the
summon that
skeleton from
guy's
his skull.
skeleton, that's that's lethal. You just
Roll
become
a
a bag
D1
of them.
million.
Yeah.
I'm
that's
pretty
just
sure you can survive without bones.
not for long.
Not
Yes,
in any
but
way
not
you're
for
going to
long.
enjoy.
Yeah.
You
You
don't
need
know
something
me.
to keep your lungs open. Most of your
Crushed
body
under the
doesn't
weight
need
of
a
your
huge
own
amount of
useless
structure,
tissues.
but your breathing very much does require like rigid stuff. You did a whole bunch of other spells as well, but my favorite had to be, and I think everybody's obviously, was Mark. And a few of them, like after you got that this was not exactly a joke book, but like some of these have some mild application. It's more like very specific cantrips, is the way I see them.
Bootleg.
Yeah, bootleg,
Yeah.
rip-off.
Bootleg spellbook.
Then you headed back to the tree, and at Beta's suggestion, had dinner with her undercover
Deep
agent.
throat.
Deep
Deep
Throat.
fur.
Oh, that's
Deep-
Oh
disgusting.
no, the
That's not
subtle
it.
reference.
Deep Throat was a Family Guy
Legally
knockoff.
distinct.
Legally distinct secret agent Deep Throat.
Deep Throat was the Family Guy version of it that was Kermit the Frog. And yes, Deep Fur.
Somebody save us.
Who turned out to be none other than, and you all guessed it ahead of time, Tavernish Forks.
I didn't.
What? I didn't
No
know.
way.
Tavernish Forks being a recurring, not NPC because he's a player character, but he's a recurring occasional character.
Guest man.
Guest star.
He's a recurring little bitch, is what he is.
Yo.
Rhythm, watch,
Shots
please.
fired. This is where we find out whether Rhythm's in chat or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
we'll
right. I
find out
baited
soon.
Big debate. Big
Um,
reveal.
And yeah, he was like, I know about a bunch about Zerbal, including that he has a mistress who gives him massages on Wednesdays and Sundays, and maybe we could check out his house and/or impersonate him. Some ideas were thrown around about how to utilize that information. Julio's is still a great idea, and I'm definitely up for it.
Best idea, and I'm mad that we're not using it.
Yet.
We still need to assassinate him. So,
I mean, yeah.
Oh wait, we need to assassinate him? Had we
I
decided that?
mean,
We're gonna make
Eric
it look like
has
heart
decided
attack
to.
in the middle of the lovemaking. Okay, we're gonna make it look natural.
Yeah.
Oh,
You've
shit,
also
is this just Julio's way of like getting some?
No, I'm mission oriented. You big pervert.
Yeah, Julio is missionary
Okay.
orientated.
Help
Okay,
me.
Julio, who volunteered to disguise himself as the
As
mistress.
tribute. Yeah.
Oh, dare give me strength.
Yeah, disguise. I'm not gonna fuck the guy. We're gonna make him have a heart attack with magic, and then we're gonna arrange
No, then you're going to
him.
become his wife. Then you're going
I
to
said
become him. You're going to become him, and then go and tell his wife that maybe he's an evil bastard, but perhaps sexy times, maybe.
And then I fuck his wife.
Oh,
Yes, I like this
Bishop
plan.
Blood, no.
Look, there are so many ways to cuck Sobel and his wife.
Yeah, in the dick vein. I stab him right there.
His dick artery, yeah.
Stab him in the cum artery. No.
I hate it here.
Guys, have you heard that weird story this year about
go
people
home now.
defending the dick vein on Snickers bars?
What?
What?
I think I know what it's referring to. That
I
there's
know what
like
it's. I
the
know
way
exactly
the chocolate
what
is
that
poured.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, now I can never eat a Snickers bar again.
you're
mean,
welcome.
sorry.
You're
I
welcome.
wasn't gonna, but yeah, all right.
What do you mean? I love them more now.
So if you tell someone to eat a bag of dicks, they could just go get a bag
Eat a
of Snickers.
bag of Snickers.
Fine
Exactly.
size.
All
Die
right.
from diabetes. It's all connected.
So then you guys infiltrated with Deep Fur, infiltrated Sobel's house. You found some dirt. You found a chapel that you didn't go into, you meanies. And then you found a secret passageway, and you're like, haha, DM, we'll avoid your obvious trap of a chapel by going into the underground where there's a second chapel. And
You put the same chapel, but only like change the position, so we
dead
fucking
set,
have
it's
to
even
go
the
there.
same shape. I didn't.
I know you. Oh, they didn't go.
Course.
Haha! Gotcha,
Oh, you
bitch.
found exactly the same fucking room in a different part of the house. No, but the same thing happened in it regardless of where you find it. And yeah, you had a bit of a fight with Menzeloff. You killed an Astorial. Good job. And then you had a
Permanently,
chat.
I might
Yeah.
add.
Permanently killed an
Destroyed.
angel boy. And then you had a chat with not actual Titan, but sort of knockoff Krusty Brand imitation Titan, Kren. And Kren was like, hey, this is what I've done, this is why I've done it, and hey, Kesh, you can reverse it all and doom your race to slavery for all eternity. Bye! And I think that was where we left it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think you can escape my ideas? No. All paths lead to the place I want you to go.
Well, I don't want to go there then.
And that was the
I'm
recap.
going home. Yeah, that's the recap. Good job. Well done,
I've
everyone.
never seen Josh be more focused than everyone else present.
It's impressive, honestly.
Yeah, insane.
And that after 3 standard drinks.
Yeah.
Turns out. All right. So, yeah, that's what happened. Now we're going to do what we usually do in our table talks, and we go around for favorite season moments.
I have two
Now
now.
that we've remembered what the fuck happened.
I knew this was coming, so I prepped an answer for this question.
Excellent.
Like I was about to go in front of class.
Okay, cool.
Nerd.
Favorite. So is this a favorite self moment for the season?
No.
No, okay. Right.
No, don't be stupid. That was
No,
the tone.
Be lame.
It's my favorite
I apologize.
actual just moment. I have two, considering of the recap.
Fair.
So I'll go with the one that I haven't prepared that I got from the recap. It was Kren being like, "Lol, I'm not gonna revive Mensalot XD. Now they're just dead forever." Like what?
They betrayed him.
Yeah.
I like how you
Okay.
guys.
Yeah, it's like whatever.
Kren really did say Rebozo, and honestly, I respect it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Check the VOD. It happened.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
And-
that was fun.
My favorite actual moment was the whole. I think it was more of a collaborative effort between Daria, Brendan, and you, Josh. Was like the creation and description of like
You-
the temple hall.
Absolute nerd. I hate your guts. How dare you?
Because that was what you were going to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was my
You little
turn.
stinker.
You little goof.
I'm thinking something out.
in
I'm very
there.
tired.
I loved, mostly because of how much you guys vibed with it, Mark. I adored how almost all of you had a scene, had a thing with Mark before he left. Like this poor guy summoned halfway across the wood to the middle of a forest in the middle of the night. Just he was working, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Fuck!" And he almost was okay with it by the end. Like he was walking home, like, "Look, I'm 50 gold up, and I don't have to see my mother-in-law. This works actually. This all plays. In fact, if you guys could summon me again in about 10 days, that'd be great. That way I miss my daughter's piano recital. Fantastic, you know? Like, I think it was ballet. I think it was a dance recital. But yeah, like, I just loved how you all, like, everyone's reactions to it was all very in character, and you all, like, whilst it was laughable, it was also adorable, that you all played it really well. Yeah, that was adorable. Oh,
Yep.
damn.
He was
the demon-
from my fucking hometown where
Yeah,
my corrupt cultist family live.
yeah.
Yeah.
Demon Hunter Association, let's go! Yeah, the Demon Hunter
My-
Association thing was funny, yeah.
My favorite moment then, I guess, if Dan is taking the coolest one in the
like.
season.
Looks like.
Yeah, hate it. I really liked what happened after that. Checkmate when Eric told Julio about his deep emotions and about Arthur leaving and like essentially like opening up his heart, which I did not expect to happen because whenever Eric talks, I usually don't listen. This is like how I don't fall asleep most of the time. But this time it was actually nice.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, you thought I wouldn't retaliate? Checkmate. Your turn, buddy.
But
You
it was
fucking got me.
Dan!
Yeah, checkmate, Brendan. Got
Yeah, fucking got me.
Sucked in.
I forgot about that. That was a good band.
Yeah. I reckon Julio actually has had a lovely moment with all three of the others this season. It's been cool because, like, it's a bit of a sort of Franken party. Like, Bennett comes in from a different party, which he was
I'm
a
on
late,
lease.
he was a latecomer too, though. So whilst he was definitely part of the gang, he's now come over here and I think integrated. From an outsider perspective, and Dan, you can definitely give me kickback on this, but I would say Bennett is integrated better into this group than the other.
Fuck you.
He's been in both for about the same amount of time.
Yes, mainly because Bennett came in with the other group in like because he put them on the pedestal
Yeah.
when he came in, and he's still like at that kind of thing.
The defenders.
He's only starting to accept because at the end of that party they were like, You better say, like, you better believe you're part of our crew now, or I will actually hit you in the face. And
Yeah.
okay, I am a defender slash savior. I
Yeah.
better
Meanwhile,
act
in this group, Huda was like, "So what do you do exactly?"
Yeah,
What do you even
bitch.
do?
What's an abjuration?
What's
So
the
you're
point of you?
useless.
What are your prospects, Mr. Bennick, sir?
Mr. Bennick. It's because it's Bennett, isn't it? Oh, Mr. Bennick. Mr. Bennick is coming for tea, girls.
Now I want a one shot where all Pride and Prejudice characters.
Yes.
Hell yes.
I want a Pride and Prejudice one shot where you guys are just in it. And it's Pride and Prejudice,
Yes.
but it's Julio. But Julio is dressed up as obviously in.
Obviously, Darcy. Go on.
No. Julio's a cross-dresser. We know this. He's wearing an Empire cut, just under the bust, melons, and then. I definitely think Julio could pull that off. Yeah,
I
but
think Eric is Mr. Darcy.
Yeah.
No.
He's an edgy sad boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sad. He's
He's
a
a rich
loner.
kid.
He's stinky.
He hates his mom.
Yeah.
He looks good with a
I
wet
do.
white shirt.
Okay, I do agree with like Empire waistline and melons. Like, but who am I then? Mrs.
No, not
Mrs.
Mrs.
fucking.
No, the youngest sister, the one that marries
You know,
the
the
soldier.
girl.
The one that
The
Elopes.
sister that marries the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
Yeah.
narrow it down there, Brendan.
She has the friend.
Yeah. The one that elopes. The stupid one.
The
Yeah.
stupid one that elopes, yeah. And then comes back, yeah. Not Jane.
Lydia.
Lydia? Yeah, it might be Lydia. Yeah.
Lydia.
Lydia, that bitch.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Some strong emotions on Lydia. Gee.
Whoa.
Which would make Bennick Mr. Bennett. The
Yes.
dad.
I'm
Which
in
kind
this
of plays.
topic.
Kind of works, yeah. And Cash would be Jane.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's
Better stop them all.
Jane's boy? I forgot his name. Bingley.
Mr. Bingley. Mr. Bingley. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Who's
he
that?
has £5,000
Pounds
a
a
year.
year. When that was a lot. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, that was fun. This is the real table talks. If they were all in
Yes.
Pride and Prejudice, who would they be? Yeah.
I mean,
Karen?
Kesh's love interest is
Who would they
the
be?
job, so
The
the
job.
job would be Mr. Bingley.
This job gives you
This job-
£500 a year.
This job is Mr. Bingley. It's hard and unforgiving and very unrewarding.
Except for the money.
But it has a lot of money. Yeah, there's a lot of money involved. And power.
You bet your ass if we see a cul-de-sac in these tabletops, we will like circle around there like for like 10 minutes every time.
Oh, absolutely.
My favorite moment of the campaign,
Go on then, Brendan.
this season,
Sure.
was not confined to a single moment. It was all of our planning throughout the season. I think that we had lots of really great ideas throughout.
And you actually fucking stuck with them, which was cool. Like, by and large, the plans were stuck to. Yeah. Which was
There's lots of
I
interesting
will say, though-
organization.
and handy for a DM.
I think part of that was, if you will, is because when we were talking about them, you were not a dick about it, and like if we like misunderstood information or lacked something, you would like chime in and like help us construct something that actually works
Actually would work,
without
yeah.
like, aha, you forgot this, and like, okay, like that's kind of a dick
Now
move,
I know
right?
your plan. I'm going to put obstacles that make it not work.
Yeah. And I think we did put in the work, but because that you were like very like approachable and like heard us through as we talked, it made it work all together, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
And
our
that's-
first episode was just planning with
Yeah.
Benna. Like, we barely left the prison at the end of that.
It was
first
about
episode.
2 hours of just in-character discussion. It was like
Yeah.
maybe not the most interesting thing to watch, but it was really fun to play, and I think
Yeah.
quite cool to watch actually. Yeah, it is really it was really fun, that episode.
But yeah, I think that's probably what set us up for. I mean, there were definitely a few times where we had to kind of reconvene and be like, "What's the plan again?"
Where are we going
But
with this? Yeah.
I think that probably set us on that clear trajectory, which we then like added things to. Like, it wasn't until we kind of got to the Older Heart that we had the idea of, hey, we know of a secret hideaway that its owners think is destroyed.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, which like that shrine in the Older Heart became like the heart of this season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Spent a lot of time there.
I'm really digging where this story is going. What's cool is, so this is the second like story arc that I've run in this world. But unlike the first story arc, this one is homebrewed. So there's been a couple of minor arcs, and now the third one is going on Monday nights. Come check it out. But they're not actually technically in this world. They've gone to a different plane. They're in Barovia. Yeah, shit's getting fucky. And Selenox is spicy as fuck. It's so funny how Selenox unintentionally baits Trish. Trish is just making friends everywhere she goes, Brendan. Yeah.
Bonding over mutual hatred for you.
Yeah, no, I really want Eric and Selenox to meet. That'll be funny as hell. Mind you, she'll just rip the shit out of him. She'll do just what Julio does, so he'll be fine because he's used to it.
Yeah.
Karen, do you have a favorite season moment?
I really liked becoming Queen of the Bugs by accident. That was fun.
Oh yeah, that was creepy. Yeah.
I loved Kira's little return.
Kiara.
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 Kiara, sorry. Kiara, not Kira.
Yeah.
Kiara.
Yeah, to talk to Julio.
That was good times.
That was fun.
Oh, I forgot that happened this season.
Yeah.
And I loved Julio turning themselves into Larimar and us busting into what's-his-face's office. And I did my big, well, I am actually Kesh. Haha. That was fun.
Well, that was one of my like impromptu plans that I was thinking of, that I was very proud of us putting that together. Like, we that went through a few iterations of, oh, do we go as Beta? Do we go as someone else? And then we decided on Larimar, and we had like the little diamond of us all being disguised. It was very cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
Actually, me taking fucking disguise self apparently was a game changer for our
good.
plans.
Yeah.
I was surprised, but that's cool.
Only problem is that Julio's a bit short, but otherwise it's a really handy thing to have and be.
I have heels, you know that.
That's true. Yeah.
The only thing that we're short on is like some way of speaking to each other in each other's heads at like a medium range.
If only there was a spell like that, but unfortunately it doesn't.
Or a cantrip.
Exist.
Even just a cantrip.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Just a cantrip.
I feel like Wizards of the Coast kind of dropped the ball there. Like, they could have put something in there, you
They've
know?
dropped a lot of balls.
Pretty cringe.
Hey.
But we're not talking about it live.
No.
We're explicitly not talking about it, yeah.
We don't talk about OGL, no.
I make snarky references to it in the beginnings of the episodes, and that's it. Cool. Alrighty. Well, that's our
Can I
favorite
make
moments. Chat, if you have
just
any
wanna
season
make
favorite
another-
moments, we'd love to hear them as well. Yes.
Bishop Blood's
Yes.
just been dropping them.
Yeah, that's been cool to watch
All
in
the
chat.
bodyguards.
Karen, you reminded me of the bugs was a very interesting moment, and I think it's very funny. I feel a little guilty, but also very happy that I narrowly avoided that myself. But Eric, I was just about to go to sleep with it. I'm like, actually, does someone else want this buggy ring?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and the
I guess
suggestion,
I'll never freeze to death, though.
unfortunately, she's a monster hunter, so she can't be a swarm keeper as well, because that's a different kind of ranger.
Swarm keepers are cool.
They are cool, but it's, and I would allow Kesh to respec, but I don't think it's what she'd want to do. We might see it with
Monster
the
Hunter
character.
damage.
Monster hunter damage is so
Let's
good.
go.
Yeah,
We need the monster hunter to kill God.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, favored enemy, Celestials. It's already elementals, and most gods technically qualify. So yeah,
Yeah.
she's really good at killing trees.
Oh, don't say that.
No, don't say that. But the sassy talk Cash had with her mind demon feels. Oh yeah, the sassy talk with. Turns out that was Kren. Who knew? I assume you guys had all figured that out.
Yeah.
You bastard.
They basically did say so. Yeah,
We
I
also
really
kind of had that hypothesis when it happened. I mean,
Yeah.
we didn't have any way to like
prove it.
confirm, but
Yeah.
it did seem like
You're
that.
like, this feels like Kren.
We-
I've been dropping
that
some
vibe.
little things throughout, like the statue through which you get to the secret hideout from the
Yeah.
temple is a Kren statue.
And you mentioned Kren a couple of times, and it was subtle enough to not like to go, it is definitely Kren, but it gave us like some legs to like hypothesize, which I thought was
Yeah,
good.
thank you. Yeah, I try and keep my mentions of Amaranthines relatively like I mentioned loads of them. I try and keep them all sort of involved. Like when it was like, which does this priest particularly worship? I would go like, well, not Kran, because the worship of Kran would not be particularly prevalent because they're a bit of a difficult god to like. Oh yeah, no, he's cool, right? No, not so much actually. They're trickster. Like at best, they're like a nice Loki, but not really. Mind you, Hath isn't much better. The Mapatch god is also somewhat fraught. So that's fun. I also loved. I really enjoyed being Kren. I want to ask favorite self moment from the season. Favorite bit of yourself. Because I would definitely say Kren for me was my favorite bit. Although I did also enjoy being Viscar and like, no, I understand what you're saying. Just prove it to me. And you did manage to talk him around, which was really cool.
My favorite stuff is fighting Menzeloth. Like, not, like passing my turns.
Oh, that one. Yeah. That was very cool. Yeah, because you thought he looked like your wife. Yeah. Very cool.
Still gotta talk to the party about that. Next season, but yes.
We have to like actually write down a list of things we need to discuss because I'm pretty sure we'll forget all the stuff that we have
12
to
weeks from now,
discuss. Yeah. Well, my favorite me moment. I mean, I did a lot, obviously, but genuinely, I think it's like carving out like a niche for Julio. Like it is very clear what he brings to the team, and it's very clear what he does to make them succeed. Because both Julio was not really sure about his position, and me like coming in as the newest member of the team was like, what do I do here? You know, especially with a character that I didn't know much about when we started out, right? So, can you hear the helicopter?
No.
Helicopter.
Yeah. So, like finding out what he does, and also finding the spiritual connection for him as well. I thought that was just a good thing to figure out.
It's as Bishop Blood says, it is an interesting one because this is, as I say, a Franken party. There was only Cash and Erica actually original to the beginning of this campaign. Exactly, we've almost restarted at the beginning of season 2, but it was almost actually a different narrative arc as well. Like, it was almost the first season was go kill a bunch of dangerous things. It was kind of Monster Hunter, the campaign, and then season 2 was about the cult and uncovering the cult, and then season 3 became about, oh shit, it's actually a civil war, and it's figuring that shit out. And season 2 was very much the growth part of this crew, and it's now a very set thing where Benis Eridan even goes like, "Gosh, you've got a good team. You guys should stick together. You guys are you're good. You're solid," and they are. Bishop Blood is also comments like, "Can't wait to see what the fuck is going on with that one Fae. What even is a Fae?" I love that idea. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I just put out there that there is a Fae in the city. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, great.
I'm like, yeah, and there's a Fae. The Fae in this world, the Feywild and the Shadowfell are where the material plane meet the plane of life and death. Is in my head canon, there is the plane of the material plane and the six planes of the six elemental planes all have a boundary region between them. The Feywild and the Shadowfell are the boundary region between life and death. But it's like crossover points. It's not like there's a flat disc which is the material plane, and then you walk to the edge of it and you get to, if you walk left you find life, and if you walk right you find death. It doesn't work like that. It's sort of crossover points. And then you find yourself in the Shadowfell and you move through the Shadowfell into the plane of death proper. That sort of shit is the way I envisage it. Likewise, you can find nodes of water or fire, which you guys have done, and those are potential pathways through to the other elemental planes. But you could, because you've never really gone all the way in, like you have on occasion found a portal into the plane of fire. Dan would know this. You were in that liminal halfway point, which is why you didn't immediately burst into flames when you got there. Although Bennett was resistant to that shit anyway. Also kind of like that the Feywild is also is the material plane. Yeah, it's sort of 50-50 is my idea. Hey Josh, is the account your account? I want to DM you an idea without telling everybody else. Oh, sure. Heck yeah, Azura's Fire. Shoot me a whisper. Either Josh the Pirate or Corsair's Cove. Either one I will see, because they're both technically mine. Although, if you don't want Karen to see, message Josh
Technically,
the Pirate.
I can see Corsair's Cove as well.
Yeah. Because it's also half hers. I don't think we need like 27 different
Secret
planes.
sauce you want to be.
In my canon, in my head canon, Bishop Blood, there are like 9 planes total for this reality. But you can planes jump, like these characters can leave this collection of planes and go elsewhere. For example, I think it is bordering on canon that Tali at least is a real person in this Humblewood world, who also works for the Candlekeep. I'm umming and ahhing about it because I love things all being intertwined. So yeah, there's that local cluster. Yeah, exactly, a local cluster of planes. Other favorite personal moments? What?
Like, it's not really a personal moment, but I did love our big leap from the tree.
Yeah, that was cool. And the skywriting.
That's something that I had been sitting on for about 6 episodes.
Look, I really wanna.
And then it just felt very like, oh, there's clouds in the sky, and I'm like, well, that's what I get for casting the spell Skywrite.
Yeah, it's just lame.
Silly me trying to make it
it
have
was
some
cool.
amount of utility.
It was cool. People were talking about the thing in the sky.
Lilith says grandma letter for Eric.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sassy.
that was neat.
Yeah.
Sticking it to grandma.
Ooh.
I mean, the Ashbourne moment.
Yeah.
Of, not that we've really used it.
We
as a
are the
group name.
Ashbourne, but you're
That's another thing Bennett needs to talk to Eric about.
Yeah,
He has it in
Ashbourne,
his
and
head.
everyone's like, okay, I guess. But I did like one small moment about Eric where we like get into the council chambers and he like recognizes one of the portraits as his like family member. That was neat. That was just like a tiny little, yep, this is like the connection.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
Thanks, Bishop Blood.
So Dan, were you gonna say something?
Oh, what I was gonna say was Bennett still needs to talk about, because he's noticed with his low wisdom, he's finally fucking noticed that you've been just name dropping Ashborn instead of Shadow Mode. Every time you've been like introduced, etc., or introduced yourself rather.
Mm.
And he's like, I should talk to him about that. And then like, you know, we have to go into shit and we have work to do. So he hasn't,
Have
but
to
it's
go
in
fight
there.
God.
Yeah, it is in there. He'll bring it up because he kind of feels bad. He's like, this is something I made up that I think is pretty shit, but I hope
That's
you're
funny.
using it. But like, yeah, I'm keen for that convo.
You're
So
muted.
Bennett is going. Who's gonna tell him that it's ass?
Like your new name, it sucks.
It's my responsibility. I'm the one who said the name.
Hey everyone, I've got T-shirts printed.
No.
Oh, no. Aw.
Oh,
It's too late.
It was
It's
meant to be a
like-
joke. I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
But my favorite self moment would probably be those two big climactic fights we had. I mean, I'm just gonna put out there, I got the killing blow in Menzeloth, so you know, ain't no big shit. But what I'm actually really proud
Oh.
of was the first mini Menzeloth fight. In the gang's headquarters of casting the spell that like no one casts, the aura of life or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
And Julio thinks they're immortal.
yeah, Julio just hanging out next to the boss, getting back
Yeah,
up every.
It's kind of funny that right now Eric is trying to steal Julio's laurels by saying that he was the one behind that immortality, when we all know that we just have a immortal Jorbina in our hands. But go on.
Yeah.
Dies
that's-
horribly in the next combat because Eric hasn't cast that spell yet.
Yeah.
He already tried to kill me once the last combat.
You're the squishy one.
And you just kept
Yes.
stabbing him.
Yeah, you did.
Successfully, in fact.
Yeah, you did.
So successful. Yep.
Yep. Legendary actions taken under advisement. I'm on it.
Eric and Julio are gonna start a tally of who gets kills.
You guys are going to turn into Legolas and Gimli from Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings, aren't you?
Oh,
which
nice.
one is Gimli? Julio?
Eric.
Julio.
I reckon
No,
Julio.
it's not about the height, baby.
No,
It's,
No,
it's
that's
all about
that's what I'm
the
saying.
charisma.
It's the comedic value, actually. I reckon.
Because Eric would
Um,
be like, that only counts as one. I don't
Yeah.
care that it was a
Yeah.
god. You only
Just
get
the
one.
vibe. Just vibe on it. Yeah, absolutely. Eric would be the Legolas in this situation.
Yeah.
Gimli.
Yeah. I agree. Well, Erica was the one
I
that killed the
don't.
god. So
No, Eric is Gimli. Because Julio's like the little bouncing, like, crazy one.
is that Legolas?
And then
When does
one of us can
Legolas-
say, like, Julio, what do your mouse eyes see?
I'm pretty sure we've said, Eric, what do your crow eyes see, though? Like, I'm pretty sure that line has been said.
His
Short
perception's
Emperor.
really good.
Just be careful, Karen. Otherwise, we'll name Kesh as Frodo.
That would make
Yeah.
Bennett,
Bennett
and Sam.
Boromir.
Oh, I thought it's Sam.
I mean,
No, Kesh was actually Aragorn.
yeah, no, I would
Thank
definitely
you.
agree
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah. Bennett's just some guy.
I'm just.
Maybe they get to
Some
hook up
guy.
to the hot elf at some
I'm just
He
point.
probably actually, I reckon Bennett, given where he arrived, would be Faramir.
Hey, Josh, can you guess who's my favorite character in The Lord of the Rings?
Is it Legolas?
Not Gimli.
Is it not
No.
Gimli?
Legolas is fine, but I have a favorite character.
Oh, is it Faramir?
No,
Oh, no,
I
is
don't
it
even know who that
Éomer?
is.
Yeah.
Who?
Is it Carl Urban?
It's
It's
Gollum.
it's the one stinky boy that whispers into the ear of the king. Like,
Oh, it's
Oh,
Grima Wormtongue.
lazy boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piss
Yeah.
boy.
Pissy boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This boy, I love this
This
boy.
boy.
This boy is my favorite character of The Lord of the Rings. he's just so obviously evil that everyone was like, I don't know
That
about
guy's
this
a
guy.
bit sus. We were like, oh no, he's fine.
I
King
love
likes
that.
him. I'm
What
like,
could he
who?
possibly
Why
do?
has no one stabbed this man yet? Shelob.
What's his actual name? Not Piss Boy,
Grima.
right? That would be
Grima
weird.
Wormtongue.
Oh, okay.
His
Worm
His
Tongue,
name is
such a
Worm
great
Tongue.
name.
Yeah,
Like, how could you possibly flag it more?
yeah.
Unless you called
Well, no,
him
Worm
Grima super
Tongue is-
fucking evil Wormtongue.
Wormtongue is a nickname. His name is Grima.
Just Grima. He's like
Wormtongue
Madonna.
is what everyone calls him because his mouth is full of worms.
I love that. He commits to the style so much.
Yeah,
I stan.
yeah.
Icon, honestly, icon.
Bishop Blood reckons Eric is Shelob, who is canonically actually a sexy lady, and then becomes a spider for no reason.
Well, is
Not
that
sure why.
canonical? That's just
I
like
believe-
some bullshit
I'm not-
video games.
Yeah,
stuff, right?
it's Shadow of Mordor, but it's also I think
Josh.
it actually might be canon.
What do you mean that you don't see a reason why a sexy lady doesn't want to be perceived and makes herself look like a huge
Giant
fuck-up spider?
Fair.
Yeah.
That's
Fair.
a pretty
if
good
I
reason
could turn
there.
into a spider, I would do it all the time.
Yes.
They have many legs.
That's true.
Yeah. It's
I-
women things you wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
I could
hadn't
go
thought
for a
this out.
walk at night and no one would bother me if I was a
Yeah,
spider.
I'd go
My
grocery
love, you
shopping
could go
and
for a
I'd
walk
have-
literally at any time of the day as a spider and no one would bother you.
Yeah, but most of the time people don't bother me if I'm walking during the day. If you're out at night, the fuckheads come out to play.
Fuckheads come out to
Buckheads
play.
versus huge spider.
Yeah.
Or you go out looking like yourself, and then when the fuckheads come over and are like, "Hey, baby, you want to ride?" You just turn into a giant spider.
And spiders can make their own pockets. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So Azura's Fire's idea is good. It's long, but it is very good. I like it.
Sus.
Yeah.
Very-
Sounds like
very
it
I
sus.
even know
satisfies
where
in
they'll
bed.
be now. Let's not talk about staplers. What? Anybody else for favorite self moments for the season? I think we've had them all.
I think everyone's told it.
Cool. I have one more question, and chat, if you have questions for the cast as well, you're welcome to chuck them up there. My other favorite thing is, where is there something you're excited to happen next?
Talking to Eric about many things.
Can you be more specific there?
Many things. The Ashboard
You've
name.
got a shit name.
The Ashboard name. And the party about his wife. Or rather being like, yo, sorry, I didn't really do much. do much in thing. It hasn't registered his counter spelled like 10 fucking fireballs. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, what I like about Bennick in that
yeah.
fight was he was the MVP while taking no actions.
Yeah, all reactions, maybe. Blue player.
Yeah, just, no, mother.
I hate that I now understand the reference of blue player. Y'all are nerds.
Yes.
I don't recognize that
corrupted.
reference.
It's Magic
we
together.
talked about this, so you canonically do not listen. I see.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm very.
That's what I'm looking
Oh,
forward to.
go on.
Oh, that and also, what the fuck are we gonna do? We're trying to figure out what to do now, because I feel like we've ticked every box. And then we have to.
Well, now we
reassess what we're
decide if we
doing.
kill the bitch or if we like try and find like a just way of dealing with it, knowing that the whole council is in his pocket. So we have to outsmart the stinker now.
Yeah.
Which one?
The
There's so many to choose from.
sassy boy, Severus.
god or the-
Sobo, Sassy
Sobo.
Sobel.
Sassy
Sassy
Ball.
The
Sobo.
god is
boy.
fine. The god has fucked off on a vacation. He like,
Yeah.
I did my thing.
The
You go
god's
ahead.
like,
I
I'm
don't
not
even
involved
care about him.
anymore. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
help
I-
anymore.
I don't even care about the god anymore.
No, as you should not.
Pink.
It's more about sort of I'm curious where it's gonna go, what Cash is gonna do, what the rest of you are gonna do, because I'm gonna assume Cash's first thought is gonna be, right, guys, what do we think? Ultimately the decision is hers, but she's gonna
Hey
throw it
guys,
to
how
you
about we
guys.
get out of this creepy secret tunnel, and then I'm gonna have an existential breakdown.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold off on
Good
that
plan.
one. I'm just gonna pinch it off after having about 60% of it, and then finish it in the big stall at lunch.
I'm very curious what Eric's role in that decision is going to be. Because, you know, Eric has kind of become the de facto 2IC, and at times, like, Kesh's counsel and counselor occasionally. So it's going to be really interesting to see, like, presumably that conversation happens of how that plays out, because yeah, I don't want to give too much away because it'll probably end up being content, but yeah, that conversation, that, well, monologue from Kren made Eric have a lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
That was a fucking jump scare of music. What the hell was that?
Got
It's
him.
called a quiet tavern. Got him. Yeah.
It was not quiet. I need receipts on that. We're talking about things that we are looking forward to, right?
Hoping
Yeah.
will happen. Interested to see if they happen.
well,
Things like that.
You know what I'm hoping about being the most badass druid bard ever, for one thing.
So here's the question:
I-
do you want
Okay.
like druid, or are we thinking
Bard, we're doing bard.
we are
Like,
going bard?
he-
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to try and like make a
A druidy
subclass that
bard.
would
Yeah.
cater
Nat-
to like
nature
the
bard.
community, nature, that sort of shit.
Are you thinking?
And also,
I mean, this is something we will get to in a couple of Tuesdays when we have that, when we have an actual sit down and homebrew this subclass, this college. But my impression was thinking that it was going to be a like a spiritual leader class, like a bard version of a cleric more than a druid.
Yeah, cult leader. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, what
ousted
are
one
the,
clan. There's a vacuum of
evangelists?
yeah.
Tell
There's a
evangelists,
vacuum
yeah.
of cults that I want to fill now
Yeah.
with my own. So like Kesh just like looks the other way for a second, and then she looks back, and there's like pictures of muscled Julio everywhere. People
I mean,
are
if
like praying
it's
to them.
Julio, it will be a sex cult, will it not, Bishop Blood?
Of course.
Yeah.
But the other thing I'm very excited about, I don't know if it will happen, but I assume it will. I'm gonna at some point see my ex-girlfriend, because that hasn't happened this season, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it will, and that's gonna be fun. Because last time she
no.
saw me, I was like a reformed pirate, and she's like, "You stinker, you little bitch!" And now I'm like a holy man. What's up? And my abs are like solid rock, and I'm cool.
Cool. All right. Noted.
What a glow up.
I looked at your face and like, yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah. I mean, it is now. It's just got to happen in a way that Julio isn't going to enjoy.
I'm sure.
Fill the masses with his grace. Oh.
Well, I
Yeah,
have a lot
Kesh
of
is going
great.
to save the forest and then have to deal with Julio's fanatical sex cult.
Delete a second cult. Julio's blood crazed power.
Easier to join, honestly.
Yeah. Lover, not a fighter. Any others?
I kind of want to try and weaponize my bug summoning ability.
Yeah.
Like, possibly not in a deadly way, but like in a irritating way. Like, you know, I
Yeah.
can just cover someone with cockroaches if I feel like it.
Chuck
They
some
do it.
buggies on your arrows.
Oh. Wouldn't be
It's like,
healthy
yeah, you
for
get
the
shot
bugs.
and then you get bitten by a
Yeah.
redback.
Necrotic damage. Plus poison damage.
Just a little bit of poison, yeah. If you go to the effort, I'll give you 1 point of poison damage.
Yo, that's worth it. You've got
challenge.
infinite redbacks.
You pretty much do. It kills them every time you launch them, though.
Oh, I feel bad about that.
You have to
Yeah.
name them before you kill them.
Yeah, it doesn't work if you don't name them.
Yeah,
Um,
like in Ant-Man, where none of us knew which ant was Anthony, but because Ant-Man called out Anthony dramatically, we knew that we had to be sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fire ant arrows. Woo.
Ooh.
Doesn't
Fire
Frimlin
ants
have that?
freaking suck. If anyone has ever been bitten by a fire ant, just
Yeah.
awful.
Mm.
Awful.
It's a bad time.
And their jaws like lock on, so they're really hard to get off as
Yeah. Even if
What
they're
are you
dead.
looking forward
they're
to,
horrible.
Josh?
What am I
Have
looking
you
forward
said?
to? I think I'm looking forward most to there's a lot of cool things that we've got in play now. But I'm actually I'm uncertain. Yeah, I don't know where it's gonna go now. I have really thrown the narrative to you guys at this point. At least this is a really cool decision to make, and everything that happens from here on will be dependent on what Kesh chooses. And that's not I'm not in any way wanting to put Karen under any pressure there. No, I know, because you're acting like I am. I'm not, because I'll have to decide one way or the other. Like, I'll have to build things one way or the other. It's just what Kesh chooses will have. This is a fairly pivotal choice about where the campaign goes. And seeing what you do is going to be exciting for me. I'm like, I genuinely don't know what they'll do next. And as a storyteller, not knowing what your characters are going to do next is really exciting.
What Kesh decides may well have an impact on the composition of the party as well.
Yeah? You reckon?
Maybe.
What do you mean?
Probably
Yeah, what
not,
do you
let's be honest.
mean?
But
If Kesh
You know,
chooses a particular path, Eric won't go with it?
it would depend a lot on context.
Yeah.
And how Brendan / Eric is feeling at the time. I mean, I don't have like a second character in mind or anything, but
Good.
I mean, Eric has been maintaining the hierarchy out of respect for Kesh, but we're no longer bound by it in any means.
Not really.
So yeah, I think there's an interesting conversation to be had about that, and about whether Kesh still remains the decision maker, or whether it has to become a bit more democratic. There haven't been issues so far, but we literally just got talked at by a god who said everything that you've done up to this point has effectively been meaningless. Lol, gotcha.
Yeah.
So
I take all
But
the
that's
credit
not what
for
he
it.
said,
Oh.
though. It wasn't meaningless. Like, it was extremely influential. And honestly, I think Kesh is extremely, like, democratic, and she's gone
Rip.
as a leader. So, like, honestly,
Yeah.
it would be strange to imagine Eric being like, you know what? I don't like this.
yeah, I think it's highly unlikely, but yeah, Eric was really shaken by that god talk.
Brendan's
That's
actually
God talk.
just foreseeing Bennett going like, see ya.
Wouldn't want to be although it does, like, you mentioned, like, not having a second character. I have a question then, guys. Like, if you weren't playing who you're playing right now, what would be a different, like, character you'd want to play in this particular scenario?
I need to play another character to aggravate Josh.
Oh,
in
dude,
some
if
way.
you want to write yourself a third character into the world, and therefore make yourself even more indispensable to the story, so every episode I do has to feature you in some way. There's already a very very charming servant wandering around.
Bristle Horn.
Bristle Thorn.
Oh my god.
I think this would probably be better suited to a Grumblewood than like another party or another PC. Although I had also thought of a different Grumblewood character, which, if we're just sticking with like the polar opposite of Eric, but the concept for a character that I've had for a little while has been this Luma lady who is a bard, who is incredibly like 100% like a lieutenant in this cult, of like incredibly charismatic, and holier than thou, like kind of like a foil to Julio actually. Um, that's something
cool.
that I had thought about, because there was a while actually at the end of season 1 that I was thinking, oh, Eric might actually leave because of the outcome of the wedding, and so that's what I was like, who's just a real shit? Oh, I would just come up with this evil bard loomer. So that's what I would be thinking about if Eric died and Josh was like, "Hey, what's your second character?"
For me, I think I
wouldn't
would.
be it.
Oh, go on.
You'd be a jerk.
No,
Karen
Karen's
said-
just describing Brenda's thought process.
Okay. I think I would want to be a politician currently in this bad government who is like trying to keep the bureaucracy in check
Or like
and
a lower
doesn't know
level.
what. Yeah, lower level politician who's like trying to make sense of what the hell is going on and cannot. I think that'd be funny as hell.
A bird folk?
Yeah, probably a
Yeah.
bird folk, like a little fucking secretary who like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I've got some ideas for this season now.
I'm just gonna play another Chad.
As always,
It's
you can't
as
not
you
play yourself.
always do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like
It's that or Sweetie Boy who's becoming a Chad.
But, well, I don't think Kelvic is becoming a Chad. I feel like it's like actually will be a villain. It concerns me.
Yeah.
I think mainly because I think like mechanically my brain is like the party doesn't really have like a frontliner, so
Oh, sure.
that'll probably be something like along those lines, like short, like Bennett kind of like fills that role because he like fucking just blocks shit all the time, but like
Yeah.
not like an intended from like an intended class and not like a wizard.
It's not about what we. It's we use the classes we've got, not the one we need.
You know, Bennett said Chad at heart. Only a wizard because his wife was like, "Yo, you should do it."
I need someone to res
You
me.
should do it.
Yeah, wizards can do that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
wizards can do that.
Famously.
A wish. You wish for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna play a Humblewood character.
Yeah, what would you play, Josh?
I get to make
In
up
this
so many.
current situation.
In this current campaign, if I was going to add a character to it that I was playing, I would want to play. See, the problem is I can create as many characters as I like and already have. So I'd want to bring in a character who already exists. I would be Mark.
I knew you'd say that.
Wow.
I considered strongly Gabrielle, and having his druid artificer cross, because personally I actually see myself, like if I was going to be any classes if I was going to spec myself as that, I would be a druid artificer cross, in real life. That's
Interesting.
That would appeal to me, obviously with the performer feat, but yeah, I'm not a bard. I'm not musical. And yeah, I think it would either be Gabrielle or Mark, but I don't know what Mark would be. I think he'd come in as like a level 3 fighter or something, like basic bitch, guild artificer or guild artisan, yeah, that. So with some skills, tools, proficiencies, but he was like, he can hold his own in a fight, and that's about it. Probably a champion. So just like good at hitting things because he's a blacksmith, but not a particularly brave guy. What happened to Torque Bandahar? Torque was he flies a skyship. He flies a balloon. And he's a druid. He's a dwarf. He's a dwarf bard, basically. Hey, Josh, you want to play Dan? Dan shot, yeah. Oh. But if I was going to play in the Dan shot, I'd have to play Bristlehorn.
Of course you would.
That reminds me, actually, you've just given us a really great idea to be like, you know what? Fuck your plot. Fuck this god stuff. Let's just go steal an airship. Let's just go be pirates. Let's fuck up Jude's brother.
Circling back to pirates, baby.
I'm up for it. This is a valid option, because that would essentially be, all right, it's happened and we're okay with it.
Yeah,
God told
but
us
then-
to stay out of it. We're staying out of it.
But then humble folk are like in the shit, and we're like, peace.
Well,
would
no,
for
humble
sure need
folk's
to
probably
play
going to
another
come out on
character.
top.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd for
Like,
sure.
if
If
we
we
wait
touch
the god-
nothing, humble
Yeah.
folk are gonna come out
The
on
god
top.
reckons the humble folk will win.
We've
That's why
secured
he's-
them the uncorrupt side of
Oh
the,
no.
Yeah.
Well, he does have to go
political
back
sphere.
there.
They have an army.
Hmm.
Humble would have got this.
Oh, then I
Yeah.
have to tell Josh everything about the Blight Sea. No, Bishop Blood, bad idea.
I mean, if you want, I can just make it up and then you correct me.
I'll have to DM it and be like,
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yes.
Don't let him correct you. He's refused to give you
Yeah.
I did
backstory
not
over
refuse.
3
Well, that-
seasons.
No,
Yeah.
let the
No.
It's Josh's
It
time.
was Josh who said.
I said you
"No,
don't have to.
tell
I
me
don't need
anything."
to. And then you were like, cool, all right, I won't. And then later on, I was like, actually, I might need this. And you were like, no, too late. You asked.
It was
It's
a
the
quiet
same
little
as-
soldier.
Listen, we gaslight Cash into thinking she definitely lost her job, and we gaslight Dan into believing that he is a stinker that does not give any information.
Oh, but it's been up too much.
Sorrow. Oh,
So much.
Bishop Blood.
An awful
That was
lot
a-
of
that was a good
gaslighting.
thing.
An awful lot of talking shit. Hey, Spina, good to see you. And
Humblewood
also, hey,
of
Tony.
gaslighters and gatekeeps.
Yeah, humble folks slay.
And girl boss.
Girl boss.
So-
And go bus.
Here's what I expected to see in season 4 prior to the last episode was, okay, let's wrap up stuff in Alderheart. Okay, let's go fuck up another cultist stronghold. Hey, we know of one in Brackenmill.
You could
Let's
always
go.
do that.
Yeah, and yeah, Eric still might. Yeah, I mean, Eric might even convince everyone else to come. But that's what I was expecting it to be, and now who knows?
Mesh
Um,
doesn't.
Tony,
I
am-
don't know.
Tony,
know what's gonna-
in answer to that question, I am holding off on making a decision. I am wanting to see where the land lays, but I'm keeping my thoughts to myself. Really, I disapprove of the whole OGL thing, but I'm not going to discuss it on stream because people who know more about it than me have already done so. I don't really need to add my thoughts to the matter. Some excellent content is up there if you are looking for it, and I will put it here.
You know what? I've been wanting to like dabble in other systems anyway. I would
Yeah.
love to do some like Tactics Tuesdays with you, Josh,
Hell yeah.
to look at some stuff. There's one, I'll throw it out there. One that I've been like really interested in running stuff for a while is it's a system called the Darkest House, which is it's implied, like a psychological horror type thing. And the idea is that you take your existing characters from other campaigns and bring them into this system. It's a relatively simple system. It's designed to be system agnostic. And then
Oh, yeah.
you traumatize your existing characters, and when they come out, you convert them back, and if they survive, and the idea is that you use this system to learn more about their backstories and values and challenge their values and stuff like that.
Cool.
Can
It was
I throw
actually
in another one?
designed- Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Because that sounds depressing. What if we go What if we go and play City of Mist? Because that's very cinematic and not as depressing.
Yeah? You want to run games in that shit?
Oh my!
I don't want to
people are
run. I want to
stuck.
play one because I never
okay.
had a chance. If
All
you
right.
run it,
Okay.
See,
so
now
I
we've
have to-
talked about it. I want to
have to
make
learn.
this Regency world where the entire purpose of the game is to get someone to agree to marry you.
Oh,
I
And,
love
like,
okay.
your
that.
stats
There
are
is
like
a tabletop
how
game
witty you are you good at dancing?
Yeah,
What's
I'm
There
your
is a
salary?
game for this. I think it exists. I think that at least one.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There's something
be
something
smart.
Mr. Darcy or something. I don't know. I'll try to Google it.
Dating Darcy.
There's a card game which is like romancing Mr. Darcy or something.
Yes.
But
Hmm.
I'm sure there would be like a Jane Austen, like one page TTRPG as well.
Oh, yeah.
TTRPG. Oh hell yeah, I love those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sick TTRPG.
Love that.
Big, squishable TTRPG.
Yeah.
Titty RPGs. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
different.
Got
That's
the
different.
level.
It took me a while to understand what you were saying. Yeah.
You got there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you like this?
Why are you not? Get on my level.
Can you imagine Daria playing a Regency flirting TTRPG? Just picture it.
Oh
for a
my
second.
god. So I would be up for running that. I'd need to go and do some
Yes.
research. But
Need to read
I-
some Jane Austen.
No,
And we
I'd have to
shop
go and watch some. I ain't
appropriate
reading
clothing.
that shit. Yeah. You know who would be amazing, actually, Karen? And she'd be up for it too. To run a Jane Austen campaign, a Jane Austen one shot. Get Esther Longhurst.
Does Esther know
You
how
were
to
all
play
thinking I was going to
D&D?
say Jess Mess. No, Esther Longhurst. Esther is reasonably free at the moment, I think. And Esther is one half of the Jane Austen inspired Sense and Spontaneity live performance show where they do improvised Jane Austen books. Where they improvise a new
That's
Jane
cool.
Austen in the style of Jane Austen, and it's very cool and very funny. And it's just two women do it, and it's very funny. And one of them is Karen's very good friend Jess, and the other is another good friend of ours, Esther. And either of them would be good, but Esther is more into TTRPGs than Jess.
Actually, when you said you know who'd be fun, I don't know why. I thought it would be awesome to see Malika back for that. I feel like she'd be great in that.
Yes.
I have a
She'd
feeling
eat
she'd be
that
awesome.
Yes,
up.
she would. Yes, she
She'd
would.
eat that up.
Let's, guys, let's do it.
I'm thinking we're gonna. Hey, I need to ask Esther. I'm like, hey,
I need to get a Regency costume.
yeah, I've got one.
Lucky
It's
I'm
you.
glad that you've
essentially
got
just-
other people because I can't stand Austin, and I don't think I have the energy to maintain that aura for a whole session.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're not
it's
good
full
enough of an
up.
actor, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my
Can't pretend that you like it. I
Wow.
see.
Oh,
Come join my.
You don't
my
want to
horror
pretend that you're
RPG, you
interested in
wouldn't.
Hadari?
Oh yes.
I would traumatize me.
Diaries.
Oh my goodness, we need a mechanic where you can try and seal the deal if you're a guy, by seducing the lady.
No, or
So
her
if you're
dad.
not sure, so in a good way, like basically, you compromise her honor, so she feels obliged to marry you after that.
That
just what I
is weird.
said.
Not in a good way.
That is
That is
actually the
weird.
entire plot of Bridgerton, guys. Is you just have to compromise her honor. You don't even have to fuck her. You just have to get caught alone
Karen?
with her.
Is the next stage of those pickup artist books? First was the game, now compromise her honor.
It's basically just social rape.
That was totally a thing. They literally had like clubs where they would like try and kidnap women who they thought would agree to marry them if, you know,
That's fun.
backed into a fucking corner. Which is a
I'm
bit
less
dark,
down
really.
for this now. I don't want to do this
Yeah.
anymore. This doesn't
Let's
sound
not
as
make
fun
it
for me. I don't want
Actually,
that mechanic.
historically accurate.
Yeah, let's have
Yeah,
it, but
like,
with all
they don't
without
have to have
all
sex.
of the
They
problematic
literally just have to
stuff.
be compromised.
Like they also don't
Can
have
I-
black people as slaves.
Yeah, Josh, can I be the character who's like
Why do
the
we
mom
get
who's
unfun guys?
making embarrassing it for everyone?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You were never going to be anything else. Let's be honest.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Psst, why restricted to just guys? Absolutely, Laurite. Yeah. Oh, but
Yeah, compromise his honor. Be the maker of your fate.
Ew,
Or
darn,
even
my
better.
honor.
Oh no, you've compromised my honor. How? Now we
look,
must
my honor
wed.
is all hanging
Why don't
out.
we totally
oh, no.
engineer it?
Yeah.
Oh, how could we be caught alone in the drawing room? How
You only
scandalous.
have
I guess we
5,000
must
pounds a year,
wed.
you monster.
How could you do this to me? Oops, my honor over there.
That's a charisma
Oh
check
no,
right there.
now I have to deal with Mr. Darcy's honourable seconds.
Dishonorable second. It's dishonorable
That
discharge.
sounds like a tag on porn.
It is. It very much is.
What? Is it?
It is now.
Good.
Full Metal Alchemist, and there, the moment's been ruined. Oh. I don't know Full Metal Alchemist, so. And we can
No, we
return.
just point a finger and laugh because weeb. Haha.
It's ruined my moment. Thank you, Bishop Blood.
This Dan's the weeb.
Is that the dog?
Yes,
Yeah, cool.
it's the dog.
Thanks, Bishop Blood.
Well,
Thank
okay.
you.
It worked. I don't know the reference, but
Yeah.
it clearly worked.
Hey, you know what
I
seems
wasn't
cool?
even
is
in this moment,
Starfinder.
and it ruined me first.
Starfinder does seem cool.
Starfinder seems cool. I think I have Pathfinder and Starfinder books. Check out Humble Bundle.
Yeah.
That's where I got those. There's they
Oh,
occasionally do cheap RPG stuff.
Low key,
next-
Pathfinder Second Edition is Pog. The archives are great.
The next thing I need to do is actually play my BattleTech RPG that I've built. Problem is,
Mecha
I built
time.
it based on 5e. And that might not be where I wanted to go, so I may have to respec it a little bit. But I actually don't think that'll be too difficult, because what I'll probably respec it to is EasyD6, which is open source and totally free, because DM Charlie is a legend. So that's probably what I do.
Soulless corporate monolith.
Yeah.
I actually had another idea for a Tactics Tuesday too, Josh, is I convince you to join LARP, and then we build your LARP character on stream.
Let's go.
Rocks fall.
Let's go.
Eric dies.
Wow.
It's just about socially engineering, what did you say, socially rape
Social rape.
Josh into joining my LARP.
I don't like this.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable with this. It's for this
I cannot
futuristic
express
one.
How busy we already are. Brent.
Yeah, it's that more than any other reason.
Good try, Brendan.
It's
Good try.
fine.
I have
like
multiple
2
people cross
weekends.
with me this week because they're not my number one priority, which they apparently expect to be, despite not being my full-time employer.
One of them's also crossed at me, and I'm not even involved.
Just there.
I'm just there. Cool. Well, this has been an excellent, lovely chat. I would like to, try.
So derailed immediately.
I mean, yeah. That's what these are, though. It's
Yeah.
just 2 hours of us talking shit. But it's lovely
me
fun.
just sitting
and
here
we
being
haven't
like, "Help."
we haven't seen each other in ages, so except for me and Dan, who saw each other on Monday. And you guys should come back and join us on next Monday for more Scary Adventurers, where they're trying to fight Baba Lysaga.
Trauma time.
Yay!
Oh, that's a
It's,
bad fight.
It's an interesting fight. They are approaching it in a very clever way. They've got a lot of information
We
about it.
are?
Yeah, reasonably. Well, they've dealt with all of the scarecrows already. All the scarecrows, so it's only the house and the Baba herself that they have to deal with now.
No,
So they're aware of the
I
feature
know.
that makes Baba Yaga. Okay.
No.
Nope.
Fuck
No,
you.
they're not.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
They know that the house moves. They don't know that it moves a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a big fight, and they are level 7. So yeah, I'm genuinely not sure which way it'll go. They do have Esmeralda de Venia with them. And
I
she's
never fought
pretty
this
boss.
person the first time on my trek.
Oh really? You
to
didn't try?
Barovia.
You didn't this one? Yeah.
No.
Perez is sort of a side mission. It's the sort of place you'd only go if one of your goals is there. And I just sort of made you go by making Esmeralda go.
Yeah. This isn't the table talks for that campaign, though.
Gatekeep Girl Boss. Yeah, they are.
Someone needs to make a
Fire,
T-shirt with Baba Yaga on it and
Gaslight Girl Boss, Gatekeep. Yeah. Alrighty, well, that was fun and lovely, but I think we should go away from here now. Unless, chat, you have any further questions or thoughts. Hey, Jack, ladies and gentlemen, Jack Squarepeck has joined the chat. Jack is a recent affiliate. Congratulations to Jack. And if you want some awesome more, he's doing Call of Cthulhu on his channel at the moment, so go check that shit out. Chuck a follow over there, because he's a bloody legend. And if you want to see his face here, you can on Monday night. Where he plays Smoothie, who's in that little box right there. Because Dario drew his face too. So, guys, in reverse order, who the absolute heck were all of you this evening? Brendan, who the heck were you?
I was brilliant, and then I said lots of bad things, so now I'm just Brendan. I'll be around, probably. Call my name 3 times and be Josh Walker, and I'll appear on your stream.
I got to see you in the real life meat space for the first time in like 2 years on the 1st of January. It was great.
Yeah, that was a great time. We should do more of that.
We should actually do more of that.
Like join his LARP, Josh. You have more opportunities to,
No, you know
Wow.
what? I blew my load. Like, I shouldn't have given away my game so early. I should have just like, hey, you want to
Build
come
this character
to this thing with me? It's like
I don't like how often we talk about Brendan's load on this channel. One time is more than needed, to
it's
be
just
honest.
his laundry. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, why do you
hard
have to
for you.
ruin good things?
Apparently, talk of our campaign summoned me. Yes. Give away your game. It's a weird way to say virginity. No. If I wanted that, I could have had it a long time ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, except for Brendan being straight. There is that.
Well, you know.
But Brandon's awesome. Check him out.
Yeah, that was Brendan. Brendan runs LARP. Brendan's talking about running. Oh, I think it's more than talking about sort of future LARP with Nerf guns. And I am super keen because I do own a Nerf minigun.
how did that go, by the way?
Oh, that was
Oh
fun.
yeah, how did that go? Did you win?
Did you kill him?
Yes. It was more sort of the joke factor. We didn't really have a proper fight. We did a lot of target practice and things like that. It was too hot for an actual fight. But yeah, it came out on Christmas morning, and yeah, they'd all gone down to play with them in Mum's shed, which is a separate building, and I went to the car and came along and was like, yeah, these are mine, and I just had my 2 Maverick pistols, and they're like, oh yeah, I remember those are cool. And I was like, and then this boy, and it's a small rifle that is battery powered, so it just keeps firing, and they're like, that's cool. And I was like, yeah, just a sec, I'll go get them. And they're like, there's more. And I was like, well, you remember the Megalodon, which is a sort of grenade launcher style thing. Crank the handle, a big thick dart with whistles on it comes out, and Siri loves it. It's Siri's favorite. Siri fell in the pool trying to retrieve one of the darts ones. That was great. Then out came Karen's fucking fully automatic barrel-fed gun, a drum-fed gun, which actually has a higher rate of fire than my minigun, but looks less impressive. And that one's pretty cool. Now the batteries are good. And they were like, that's really cool. And I was like, you're gonna like this one then. In comes Sasha, and they're like, ha 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 ha. What even is that? Yeah, it was filled with laughter. My mother really enjoyed it. Mum does not like violence, but she enjoyed Sasha. Yeah. So pasta till you make it hot, baby. So what? Hang on. Give away your game, coward. What? Okay.
This has happened like 10 minutes ago. We don't know what.
I'm just trying to catch up. I'm just trying to catch up. Boys and their toys. What am I gonna do? Well, exactly. Karen, who the absolute heck are you?
Hello, I am Karen. I'm a performer, a writer. I'm sometimes known as the mother of bunnies. This is Tori.
The bunny.
Say hi, Tori.
Hello. Happy little rabbit.
Mwah.
Such a sweet boy.
You can follow me on Twitter under Mother O Bunnies, where I retweet bunny pictures and occasionally have rants, which is good times. You can also follow me on Instagram at Miss Lamore, my Bella's alter ego. She's doing some stuff in Fringe real soon. Or you can follow Papa Rodica for sexy puppet stuff. Also doing stuff at Fringe real soon, including in the lovely city of Adelaide at the end of February.
We will be in Perth and Adelaide. Yes.
Perth and Adelaide. Radelaide. And you can listen to my dulcet tones on the D&D podcast, There Be Dragons, where I play the terrifying but ultimately sweet-hearted Dragonborn warrior, Ryland Westfall. Sorry, I just saw Show Me the Goods come up in chat, and I'm like, what are the
In reference to
goods?
bunnies, Lilith wants to see the bunny.
I want to see the child.
Where's your rabbit? He's like,
What
the
are
fuck is
those
this?
Don't worry,
cheeks?
I'll give you a treat later to make up for this display. Do you want to see the tail? You wanna see the
Little
tail?
fluffy butt. He's actually quite a large rabbit. He is like 2 and a bit kilos. He's quite a big boy. He's about the size of a house cat. I would like to see the baby. Yes. Oh my god, the cuteness. He is very cute. The fluff butt. Daria, how are you? How's your fluff butt?
My fluff butt, no complaints, honestly. Also, I've been delightful all this time, getting
True.
more delightful by the second, although I did find out about koala piss chlamydia today, so that's the highlight for me on this Thursday.
It was good.
Usually I play here on Thursdays and on the Eldritch Scribe Twitch channel on Mondays, and I'm also an artist, and that's about it.
Splendid. And Dan, who the heck are you?
Hi, I'm Dan. I'm still dynamic after being baffled for the past 2 hours of a bunch of stuff. You can find me on Mondays, like emphasizing trauma and becoming a villain, maybe, I don't know. But we should just murder. What curse? That's not mine. And yeah, come check it out and see us murder a dude.
I want
Gender
knightly
neutral
Dan.
term.
Yeah, Dan is knightly. Because that one's still on an alphabetical system. I haven't run out of numbers yet, letters for them yet. And Madame et Monsieur, Dama Unterherren, and beings of indeterminate gender or persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate, and you can find me here on my channel Corso's Cove, which I run with me lovely lady wife, the mother of bunnies. And you can find us here doing that at least 2 times a week. Next Thursday, we will be back with more Mano a Mano. Karen back in the DM seat. So we'll see how that goes. Although for this year, this year, I would like to have more Mano a Duo. Like have some guest characters, some guest actors in for player characters throughout Mano a Mano, to introduce more of our lovely friends to this ridiculous hobby that we have, and also just because Candlekeep really brought home to me how cool that idea was of just this massive crossover. Everybody gets to play with everybody. We all have a great time. Nobody is overburdened by it, and it was really cool. It was a little too intensive to maintain long term, but I would love to do sort of a campaign like that where we have it almost like once a week. We have a rotating cast. Would be kind of neat. So everybody gets like 2 or 3 weeks off. No one has to do too much. But we'd have to find a framework for that. And currently I reckon it's safer to just stick with One-Shot Wednesdays while we find maybe the right system to play it in. So One-Shot Wednesdays and Tactics Tuesdays will be recommencing to examine more systems, to do some homebrewing, and yeah. So all programming will recommence. And of course, Monday nights we will be having Humblewood, Strumblewood, as Rhythm has pointed out, which I quite like. Humblestrad or Strumblewood, Humblewood of Midnight and Madness, where the gang are doing Curse of Strahd. Very cool. I should not guess. The Chaos. I mean, you say that now. I always love playing with new people, Lilith. How do you get verified for the Discord?
Never chaotic.
Yeah,
at all.
we're never chaotic. You've just watched us. We've never done
just for the fun facts like chlamydia.
Exactly. Boom.
Oh my
verified.
goodness, the koala, the Humblewood koala has to have like give
A chlamydia attack. Yeah.
That's going to be my Grumblewood character, by the way. The opposite of the wildfire
Chlamydia
druid
koala.
is the
Chlamydia
the
koala.
piss cleric.
Rather than Darius' default, which is the take the piss cleric.
I
You
don't
have
like
to
how
take my
this
piss,
context
it's
is
mine.
evolving. Yeah. How about we all like keep our piss to ourselves and not really
Are you
interact
wanting
with each
to
other's
take
piss?
all the
Good
piss
idea.
for you?
I'd also
Okay.
like
Yeah,
to,
gotcha, bitch. Stealing your piss. You have no piss.
I'd like to
Hello,
remind everybody that
Elga.
you should.
Oh no, my piss!
You should commission Daria
my
because she
piss.
renders liquids pretty well.
She does commission. She does render liquids very well. Very good at that. Oh wow.
She's up for Rule 34 as well, I discovered.
Listen, I have no shame. I'll do anything for money.
Okay.
You heard it here first,
About
guys.
liquids.
I'm pretty sure I already knew that, but yes. Okay, we'll go away from here now. Probably for the best. But before we do that, Karen, can you tell me about the Ukraine?
I can. The Ukraine, it's being at war, which is sucky for them, especially. So if you have some spare money that you would like to do something nice with, there are 2 links in chat there, both for charitable causes that you can donate to help the Ukrainian people. The first one is the Emergency Action Appeal, which is just straight up donate some money. You could direct it to, it's a conglomerate of charities and not-for-profits, so you can direct it to which one. They've changed it, so you can direct it to which one you would like to support specifically. Or you, by donating to the second link, you can get yourself a nifty copy of the Curious Compendium of Slavic Myth. It's a little 38-page D&D booklet that you can be the proud owner of. Minimum donation is £1, but you can donate as much as you like.
Nice. Splendid. Well, guys, we should go away from here now. So let's find out. I would like to raid somebody, and somebody we don't normally get to raid. I would like to raid GM Workshop because he's normally finished by the time we stop. So I'm just waiting to see if they are. It looks like he's still playing, so let's do this. He is doing Twitch plays D&D. The Dracolich. Come play, partner push. So he is pushing for partner. Nice.
Just,
so we'll help him
just
out.
quickly, I just want to make everyone's night. Before we go to that, if you're in the Discord, go to the Hung Drawn and Quarters, scroll up a little bit where I dropped a little video of a little bun and a little cat who are good friends.
Aww. Bunny follows Kitty like a shadow, sweetie. Amazing, thank you.
It's better than it sounds.
It
Okay,
looks pretty
let's-
cute.
let's
Alrighty,
do
let's
the
go and
raid.
drop a raid. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Dan, it was so sus, right?
Like, okay.
why
Yes,
you
get
like this?
us out of here before I
Yeah.
sink more into the conspiracy web of like, what do you mean it's better than it sounds?
Yeah. All right. So we will go away from here now, guys. We've been streaming for a good long while. So I need to thank Wooten Forge, the bloody champions of Wooten Forge. We are affiliated with them, and they we have a link there for them. If you want to check them out, go to woodenforge.com/Corsairs Cove. They make some beautiful handcrafted Australian wooden tabletop accessories, and cannot endorse them strongly enough. Really lovely guys, really lovely peeps, making really beautiful things like this. Mwah, mwah. We use Sirenscape for our music. You can check us out on YouTube. And we'd love it if you do. I've started putting up some little short videos about cross classes that you may not have considered, or multi classes you may not have considered. The next one is about a potential paladin cross class that you may not have considered. And anything else we need to talk about? We've got the socials. You all found the Discord already. Socials, that's the one. Boop. And we've done the Ukraine, so let's go and raid somebody. And we're going to raid GM Workshop because he's a bloody legend. Go tell Rackham where you came from. Tell him, show him the love. Tony Karlstrom followed. Good, as you should, Tony. Yeah, Rackham's lovely bloke. And he is doing something that you guys can actually be the players in chat. You decide, or chat decides what happens next in the story. So that's kind of cool. So we'll drop a raid on them. Throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat. Tell Rackham where you came from. Show him the love like we always do. And we will see you right here on Monday night for more Humblewood. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bam.
Whee!